What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel again. So we are back on Alice today. We are going to be doing an LCB manifold swap. Now, this is an MPI, so it's a little bit different to the carbs that most people run. So what we're going to do is we've got to strip off the injection system and then strip off the exhaust underneath and then fit what I've got and try and make it work. So what I've got here is I've got an original exhaust, I've got an LCB, and I've got I think that's a Fletcher system, and the joiner to run to the cat. But I'm going to try and delete the cat. The only issue we've got is that this centre section, the ID of this is bigger than the OD of this white piece. So we may have to do a little bit of configuration to get it all to fit, but I'm pretty sure we can come up with something. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this up because we're also going to fix the engine mount that's worn out. But there is a bit of an issue with that top engine mount where I think the nut, the bolt that goes into the block, the block, it's either seized in the bracket, which is this. It's either seized into that, or that, the bolt, this, and the steel collar that goes inside the bush are all seized together. Because I tried doing it before, and this turns with the nut, but the nut won't release from this. So we're either going to have to try and break the nut free or cut it off. That's why I got this out of the drawer as a spare. The guard dog is watching. So we're going to open the bonnet. We're going to take the injector system off. I might even take the bonnet off. This bonnet is a little bit rough. I have got another one up there for when it goes for body work. That's if I keep the car long enough. So we're going to get it up in the air, exhaust off, injection system off, exhaust off. I was going to bring the yellow ramp in from outside, but my back's that bad at the minute. I really don't want to risk pulling anything. Right, so let's get this stripped out, shall we? So this is where we're at now. Throttle body's off, manifold's off, downpipe's off. I took that off because it was just falling apart. So all this is off, and what I've noticed is this throttle body, you've got a stop on it. It doesn't open all the way. Anybody else got that? Yeah, I had a couple of bolts break and bits and bobs. So anyway, now we need to get to this mount here. It's this bolt there that's stuck. So what I'm going to try and do now is undo that first. I know this one comes undone, but this just flops around. So we need to get that one off. And then we need to get this one out. So I'm just going to have a quick bash at that with a 13mm. And hopefully it will come out. I am hoping this just undoes. There we are. Oh, come on. Okay, now. Something's turning. As I say, I know the other one will undo, but this one is. She's a tight one. I'm going to get the back one open as well. Jeez. I don't know what's seized, but I think it's giving. It's either giving or it's snapping. I'm doing this because this bush has got a lot of play in it, so it needs to get fixed. Oh yeah, oh, that's top. That's been done up for a while, that has. I'll just leave off. But if I put a WD, wouldn't have gone miss. Yeah. What the fuck? Ignore it. Took some getting off. Right then, so what I've ended up doing is cutting it off. I had to run the grinder through, bulkhead end. So that there was literally, it weren't coming out. Because the bolt is seized to the inner. And on these, the inner is also part of the outer. So, I had to cut it off. So because I had to cut it off, and I don't have the right bolts, because this end, as you can see, was buggered, it had also seized to the inside. So I've ordered new bolts. Because I've ordered new bolts, I've also ordered the new bushes for that arm, the new bushes for the one down there, because it's still got quite a lot of movement. So the one down there isn't doing much. I've ordered this new plate because this is rusty as shit. So I'm going to change in that. And that is it. But we are waiting on parts. Yeah? So I really want to put this on, this new plate on, before I put the manifold on. Just for that bit of extra space for work, because we've got to take this off and we've got to take this off. So what I'm going to do is end the video there. So this is going to be a short video. Oh, and also the inlet manifold, look, it's dripping with oil. It's very weird. And inside the actual manifold, I don't know if you're going to see, it's too dark. It's full of oil. Now, apparently this is common on the MPIs. The best thing they say you can do is isolate the breather system. So the breather's on this system. So you've got one down here, there, and one that sits on top of the gearbox. Bleed back into the throttle body. So any crankcase compression you've got, I mean, she's done over 100,000 miles. She's probably losing a little bit of compression. Go straight back, straight into the throttle body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate the system. So it's not putting it back into the throttle body, if you know what I mean. But we're going to clean this as well. So I'll get all this cleaned. Just some brake cleaner and some elbow grease to clean that up before we put it back on. Until we get some more parts, which should be later on this week. Right. I know it's a bit of a boring video. We're just basically passing time until I can start my new car. But this car needs to be done because it needs this little job doing. Right. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, people.